AG1, shake, shake, shake. This video is a review of AG1 or athletic greens, and it's not a sponsored video or medical advice. I simply tried athletic greens and wanted to share my experience. This is the package that the athletic greens are shipped in. Athletic greens, besides giving you energy and helping you recover, are supposed to be good for many aspects of your health, such as your immune system, digestive health, gut microbiome, and many others. Athletic greens have a long list of ingredients, which I will include in the description for this video. But roughly speaking, it's vitamins A, B, C, and E, as well as calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, sodium, and potassium. The AG1 or athletic greens are made in New Zealand. This bag contains a 30-day supply, which is 360 grams or 12.7 ounces. And it comes with this sturdy metal scoop, like a measuring spoon. And each day you take 1 spoonful, which is 12 grams. And it says that once you have opened the bag, you need to refrigerate it. Inside the bag there is another scoop, a small plastic white one, and a silica pack for freshness. The green scoop is much sturdier and stronger, but they both contain the same amount of powder, 12 grams. And I also really like this dark green metal canister that's included in the package. Alternatively, rather than getting the big bag with a 30-day supply and using the scoop, you can get these one-time travel packs, 12 grams each, and take 1 per day. And you don't need to refrigerate those because presumably you're going to consume them right after opening. This is 12 grams of athletic greens powder inside the plastic shaker without any liquid added to it yet. So that's the equivalent of 1 travel pack or 1 scoop. Also, it's nice that they include in the package this bottle of liquid vitamin D3 and K2. That's 1 fluid ounce, 30 milliliters. For optimal results, it's best not only to take AG1 on an empty stomach, but also after drinking it to wait 30 to 60 minutes before eating or drinking anything else, especially coffee. Coffee will especially interfere with the absorption of athletic greens. And here it is with 8 ounces of regular cold water, and with 10 ounces of cold water, and with 12 ounces of cold water. And one thing about this product is that it tastes much better than it looks. The first time I made it, I prepared myself to taste something rather terrible, maybe bitter or medicinal tasting, but I was pleasantly surprised. It was quite good, and it's even slightly sweet, I would say. And it's very important to give it a good shake inside the plastic bottle to mix the powder and the liquid together very well. Otherwise there will be a residue in the form of a sludge on the bottom of the shaker. And this time I added 8 ounces of coconut water. It's quite dark. And that's with 12 ounces of coconut water. It's a little lighter, but it's still dark green. And it tastes very good with the coconut water, slightly sweeter than with just regular water. And now I'm going to try it with sparkling mineral water. And of course you need to be careful when shaking it when it comes to sparkling water, but it tastes very refreshing. I also tried it with freshly squeezed lemon juice, diluted with water, and that was actually delicious. It was much less sour than I imagined it would be. Oh yes, and I made this matching drawstring bag for the green jar. And here I tried it with cold water and 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And it's delightfully refreshing. And it's delicious also with just 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And I made it with freshly squeezed tangerine juice too, without diluting with any water or straining the pulp. And that tastes very good. It's nice and sweet. And here it is with regular store-bought orange juice. It's a little too sweet for me, but it's good. And this time it's mixed with 8 ounces of coconut milk. That's before shaking. And that's with 12 ounces of coconut milk. And here we have athletic greens with almond milk. And here it is with almond milk after shaking really well. And the taste is delicious. It's one of my favorites so far. And so here it is with 12 ounces of regular whole milk. And it tastes pretty good. But of course, mixing it with a dairy product means that it's no longer suitable for some of the diets that the powder by itself is compatible with, or for people who need to or wish to avoid milk for any reason. And I also tried it with 12 ounces of macadamia nut milk. It looks pretty awful at first, but already a lot better after shaking in the shaker and stirring with a straw. And the taste is quite good, and the texture is very smooth. And here I blended it into a smoothie. Almond milk, blueberries and banana. And it came out very sweet and very delicious. And this time I blended it into a banana, raspberry and coconut milk smoothie. And inside the smoothie you can't really taste or even see the athletic greens powder. All it did, it made the smoothie a little bit darker. So if you want to take AG1 and derive all the health benefits, get the minerals, vitamins and probiotics, but you don't care too much for the taste or the way it looks, then a smoothie is a great option to look into. Now, I read that athletic greens can be associated with side effects such as upset stomach, headache, nausea and fatigue. I didn't experience any side effects, but I think it's important to keep in mind that such a possibility does exist. And now that's with tomato juice. And to me it tastes amazing with tomato juice, but it probably only will taste good if you already like tomato juice. And here I'm going to mix it with oat milk. And it's really yummy with the oats. And it was much easier to mix when I put the powder on top of the oat milk instead of on the bottom of the shaker. And I made a new cozy bag for the green jar. I made it look like a carrot so it looks nice and healthy. And funny. Another thing I tried was mixing AG1 with warm water instead of cold water. Not boiling hot, but mildly warm. Pleasant to drink. And I'll definitely prepare it this way again. It was quite nice. It was a bit like drinking warm soup. And if I'm mixing hot water with cold water, I usually put 5 ounces of cold water and 3 ounces of boiling water, or 6 ounces of cold water and 2 ounces of boiling water, depending on how cold the cold water is. And I would say half and half, 4 ounces and 4 ounces would be too hot to drink and also probably not good for the ingredients. Another way I make the AG1 warm is I mix it with tea instead of water. Here I mixed it with 8 ounces of lemon ginger tea. And I wait until the tea cools down a little so it's warm but not hot. And since you're not supposed to drink coffee soon after it, I'm not sure if you can drink it with regular caffeinated tea, so I only tried it with different kinds of herbal teas. I read that athletic greens provide the equivalent of the daily requirement for fruits and vegetables. I still prefer my fruits and vegetables in their natural form and AG1 only as a supplement, but I guess it does offer a convenient temporary solution if you're very busy or you're traveling, you're sailing and you're not going to be making port anytime soon, or you're snowbound or whatnot. And speaking of travel and convenience, these individual travel packs are extremely convenient for travel because if you know how many days you're going to be gone, you can bring exactly as many packs. And they don't need refrigeration. And now it's been 6 months since I started taking AG1. I just finished the 6th bag and the new one has just arrived. And I haven't skipped a single day. Only one day I took it in the afternoon because I was busy. But other than that, it's become a daily morning habit. And I'm definitely going to continue. And taste-wise, I think my favorite combination is coconut water with AG1, but usually I just take it with regular cold water. This way you can taste the AG1 taste the best, and also because it's the easiest and therefore the quickest. And of course, now I always remember to put the water in first and the greens on top. This makes it easier to mix in the shaker. And here it is, all freshly mixed and waiting in the cup, ready to drink. Cheers!